evening everybody and welcome to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. You join myself, Mrs H and little Toby out for an evening stroll, and we're in Hindley Cemetery, which is in Wigan. It's just located off Castle Hill in Hindley, and we've come this evening to seek out the grave of a man who is 1/4 of a fairground legend. If ever you've been and visited a travelling fairground in the northwest of England, or you've been and visited some slot machines on Southport seafront and to a lesser extent Blackpool seafront, there's a good chance that you have visited an attraction that was owned by the Silcock brothers of Warrington. Now, the four brothers, and they formed Silcock brothers just after the First World War, and one of those brothers is buried here in this cemetery, and we're going to seek out his grave now, aren't we, Mrs H?
Yeah.
So, without further ado, let's find it. It's in section E, I believe, and we're at A2 at present, so...
Not that it ever makes any sense. We're
no,
A.
I think it's over there somewhere, Mrs H. Right, folks, well, we've finally found this particular grave. We've been doing a lot of running around this particular cemetery. A bit like the end of the film The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, where Eli Wallach and Clint Eastwood, they're running round looking for Arch Stanton's grave with all the gold buried in it. But enough of the Good, Bad and Ugly references. Onto this video and this particular grave, which doesn't have any gold buried in it as far as I'm aware. Now, as you can see, that's the rather impressive grave and headstone of Arthur Silcock. Arthur Silcock was one of four brothers that formed Silcocks of Warrington. As you can see, there's some amusements there carved into the bottom of his headstone. The four brothers originally was Edward, Lawrence, let me get this right, Herbert, and of course Arthur. I don't know who's who, I don't know which way it come, you know, whether Edward's the oldest and Arthur's the youngest. I should imagine that Arthur was the youngest. Right then, I'll take a closer look at the headstone now, and then we'll wrap this particular video up. Well folks, here's the rather impressive gravestone, but not too ostentatious, of Arthur Silcock, which is 1/4 of the Silcock brothers dynasty, or the founding fathers of the Silcock brothers of Warrington dynasty, should I say. Now, according to the headstone, he passed away in 1986, aged 84 years, which is a damn good innings, and he passed away in Stonyhurst Avenue in Lawrence, according to form, which is where a very young Mr H used to play in the streets as a kid. Now, when I got to about 16, 17, I ended up working for a company called Silcock and Son, but they were builders, and I believe as they was related to these guys, but in a minor capacity, you know, they were sort of like country cousins type of thing. But yeah, they was related to the Silcock Empire, as I say, in a minor capacity. Now, according to this headstone, he died on the 6th of May 1986, aged 84 years, which is a good innings for anybody. And if my maths are correct, that would mean he was born 1902. So when he started out his business with his other three brothers and formed Silcock Brothers of Warrington, he would have been just a mere 16 years of age when the end of the First World War came about in 1918. So he was very young when he started off in the amusement attraction game. But what you've got to remember is, my granddad, you know, he left school at 14 and he entered the pit at 14. He was born roughly the same era as Arthur Silcock. So back in them days, you know, you left school early, so it's not unheard of for someone to start a business, I suppose. Now, we'll take a closer look in a moment at the little engravings there at the bottom of the headstone, because there's quite a few attractions, some of the famous ones of the Silcock era. Just there we've got the waltzer, Silcock's waltzer at the far end there. I don't want to go too close to the headstone because I don't want to step on the grave out of respect. Then we've got the Silcock brothers' little engine there. Then we've got the disco waltzer and the caravan at the back. I should imagine those was living quarters for them at one time. Then we've got the Silcock brothers' thriller, whatever that is. Maybe if you visited fairgrounds back in the day, you probably know what that particular attraction was. Then we've got what we keep in memory. It's ours unchanged forever at the bottom. And it's believed that that inscription was put there by the family as a tribute to Arthur Silcock for all the memories that both he and his brothers created for the general public. You know, both with their fairgrounds and, of course, their amusement arcades at Southport and at Blackpool. He's buried with his wife there, Margaret Silcock, she outlived him. She died at 95 years of age and died in 2007. So they both had a damn good innings. I hope I have that sort of innings before my time's up. Anyway, I'll whip round the camera now and we'll wrap this video up, I think. Well folks, that's going to do it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video, this little bit of history here in Hindley Cemetery in Wigan, and a look at the grave of Arthur Silcock. Until the next time, from myself and Mrs H, and of course little Toby, it is bye-bye for now. Come on Mrs H, let's get out of here before they lock us in.
Ride fast, ride round, glaring light, blaring sound. What is in the crystal ball? Will the fairground rise or fall? Ride high, ride fast, touch the sky rushing past. Remember as you whirl around, fortunes can be lost and found. Fair's fair on the fair.